So this is the first morning of Digstock. This is gonna be awesome. We got like thousands of acres. It's gonna be great, but I gotta go listen because he's telling us the rules. All right, so I finally made it out digging. On the field, I found a small flat button, little balls, like probably like little musket balls or something, something small. This is probably the most interesting thing. It's solid brass, so that's pretty old. It's broken right there. Just dug this here, which is part of a lantern. So that could easily date to the Civil War era. So hopefully we may be in an area where there was one of the structures that shows on a map that Matt had. So I'm still bebopping around in here. I'm not really finding a whole lot. I just found this, which I thought was kind of interesting. Some type of, I don't know if it was a wheel that went all the way around or if that's some type of rocker. I'm not sure. It's broken though. Lots of shotgun shells and not much else really, nothing old. Well, I mean, this could be old, but we don't know for sure. It could be 1920, which to me isn't old enough. It's really red, looks like it's been in a fire. Oh, there are bricks in here too. As I've been walking along, there's just like scattered bricks, so there definitely was something in this area. Maybe you'd prefer to look at me and not the leaves, but maybe not either. So I zipped around in the woods over there, and I didn't find much, just got scratched up really bad. So I came back down here by the stream. These guys are actually doing pretty good digging. Maureen Miller there just found like an 1835 dime, and they had another dime. It was like 1897 and a few round balls. So I decided I'm going to stay here. I actually came through here about an hour ago. I didn't want to bug them, you know what I mean, but they said, yeah, just hang around. So I found a cool little item. Best find of the day so far. Nice little find. Don't know how old. I mean, could be fairly old. I mean, pre-Civil War, but just don't know for sure. Because, like I said, they did find a dime that was 1880. So I jumped across a little creek here. And I just found this doodad. I'm not sure what it is. I thought it might be a rosette, like some horse tack, and it may be, but it's got a tin back on it. You see that blob of rust? That's where the attachment was. I don't think it's as old as I want it to be, but it could be 1900. Sweet. Looks like gold, doesn't it? Alright, so here's the deal. It's probably about 1 o'clock, and I went back to the river and kind of hunted my way up along the edge and got into a swamp, and it's like those briars. I am, well, let's just say I'm leaking a little bit over there too. Nice little stream here. I have actually come up out of a swamp, gaining elevation steadily. And if you notice, it's going up into like a bank right there. So this is kind of like a cool little spring. And I'm hoping that up here, where it's a little bit more elevation, like in there and up around the top, we might be able to find an old home site of some sort. I haven't seen any pottery yet, but I'm very, very hopeful, and that's why I got the camera out. But first, I'm going to have to doctor myself up in the water here. Wash some of this blood off. And, okay, give me a few minutes to get cleaned up. Now, we'll see what the spring head looks like, and then we'll get up in those pine trees and see what we can find. So I'm still leaking a little bit, but that's a good sign, because if you're leaking out, that means the bad things aren't going in. So a little active blood flow is actually a good thing. All right, that way. Okay, so I'm up above the little stream. I'm out of the briars. I'm not really getting many signals, but we're going to work our way around here and kind of try to loop back around to the other side as well. Just looking for a home site or a camp or anything we might be able to find. Hopefully a field. That's pretty much what I want to find right now, back on the fields. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. I'm getting some iron and every once in a while a shotgun shell, turning into something that is going to be useful to us. Oh, looky, something died in there. Stuck up on stuff. I guess that's is that a bunny or is that feathers? Yeah, so something got eaten. We might be next. Oh wow. If we ever get out of this stuff, I think we will spend the rest of today in the fields. Hey there. That's probably the best find of the day for me. Look at it. Together. Looks like it could be a pretty old one now. That is? That is a deer antler. Look, isn't that cool? Stuck in the ground. Tell you what, I also just ate half of a giant pepperoni, so I catch my breath. Let me take a quick picture of that and then I'll pull it up and we'll look at it. I took a picture and I posted it on my Aquachigger Facebook page. So, ooh, that looks cool. Look at this. Started cleaning it up. Looky there. It's been chewed on a little bit. That's, you know, squirrel or mouse or something. Nice. Oh, it's stuck in the ground. That's awesome. Awesome, dude. And there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 point. I decided to get out of the woods because I wasn't getting many signals, and I have the big loop on my, or coil on my metal. Loop is like an old-timey term from back when we wore onions on our belt, you know, back in the 70s, 80s. We called them coils. Well, we called them loops, but I think they call them coils now, because the wires. Here's why: the wires on the inside are in a loop. They make loops, and it is a little doodad. Can you see it? I'm trying to see if you can see through light through this through the middle of it. Basically, what we have here is a hem weight. This would have been tied or sewed into like the bottom of a jacket or a curtains or almost anything really, sewed into the hems of things for a weight. Like if you had a like on here, they have bigger ones, you sew them in the corners and that keeps them pulled down so it looks neater. It's kind of just a decorative thing really, or to keep fabric straightened out. But it looks like a pretty old one. It's actually lead. Most of them you find are pewter. I just dug this doodad, which is actually a big old piece of brass. Not sure what it goes to, but maybe it's broken right there. It's probably some type of hook. We're going to head and switch over to the big loop. Try to get a little more depth out here, and just dug this. This is a piece of lead that's been squared off, kind of like a square nail. And a lot of people will say these are lead pencils because you can use lead to write with, and that's quite possible. But to be honest with you, you know, you can't really use lead like this to write on paper. If you've ever tried it, you'll see that it just doesn't really work. Now you could probably scratch something out on wood or something harder, but to use it as a pencil to like write a letter with would be very, very difficult, generally speaking. But you can see this has a crease in the top right there. So I think this was purpose built for something. That crease there, and it doesn't have it on any other place. So, you know, it could have been some type of little keyway for something. I don't know. I mean, just really no way to tell for sure. But anyway, piece of lead. Woohoo! I know you guys like to see stuff. I think it's gonna be a penny. Hopefully an old one. What do you think? Oh, that's a button, maybe. All right, so that's going to be a button. I thought it might be a cent, like an Indian head, but that's a nice old button. The shank's missing. It's got some writing on the back. Probably says, like, you guys can probably read it. I actually can't because my eyes are a little bit cattywampus, but it probably says something like treble gilt or something like that. But yeah, a nice little flat button. So here's a cool little find. Looks like it's some type of saddle decoration, I would guess. It does have a iron stud right there, though. That's a pretty cool little item right there. I'll take that. Oh, I have a signal. Probably still in the hole. Actually, I saw this and I thought it was a bullet, but it's just a peanut. Mr. Peanut. I think he's still edible, isn't he? He's not roasted though, so they're kind of gross tasting when they're raw. But they're edible. What do you say? Want to try it? Well, except for the sand, it's not bad. All right, let's see what this target is. We'll get it with a pinpointer. I think it's almost dug up. Maybe. Maybe not even close to it. Yeah, okay. Let me turn you back off and try to figure out where this thing is, since the peanut wasn't the bullet. So it doesn't feel too heavy, so it could be slaw. It's like watching peanuts. It's a piece of lead or something. I don't know. I'm gonna see if it's melted lead or fired bullet. That's either melted or cut. It looks like it's been cut, doesn't it? So I'm not sure why they would have done that though. Just dug a button. And it's got a design on it. don't think it's going to be a rattlesnake, but I had my hopes up for a second. Got a little flower design on it. Got the shank, so it could have been lost in the field where the thread broke, or it could have rotted off a jacket right next to a house. So I've worked my way over pretty much to the top of the hill, and there is a lot more iron. I'm seeing some pottery, but I just had an interesting find. It was an eyeball find. I didn't get it on camera because I just thought it was a piece of gravel, but this is quartz, and it's going to be in like a point or a blade, like an arrowhead or a spear point or something like that. It's definitely been worked by man, has the two edges on it. It's of course broken, probably broken right there, and the tip's kind of broken off, maybe reworked again. So it's a little cutting edge right there, just like a little knife blade does it, modern knife blade. Back in the area where I found the hem weight, and I just found a little tiny piece of a pocket knife. I think it's a pocket knife right here. Like a little tiny pocket knife, and that's a valve stem, and it could possibly be, 1930s, 1940s, pretty old. If you look down there, you can see it. Do ya? It's actually a little button, but I don't see it either, so I don't know. It's in there somewhere. Yeah, I'll have to get the metal detector out, I guess. Hold on. You guys probably see it, but I don't. It's way over there, that's why I don't see it. Okay, so some little brassy thing. I don't know if it's a button or a piece of a rivet or part of someone's overalls. I don't think it's very old. I mean, that could be 1940s, but it's not 1840. I'm not even sure what it is really, but it's a treasure for sure. Okay, well, I'm gonna wrap it up for the day. I was out there digging, found a lot of stuff, nothing really old, and I just got tired of digging stuff that, well, wasn't really old. So first, let's look at the junk pile. What do you say? Sometimes I like to look through this stuff to see what people threw away, because a lot of times people don't know what they have. That's actually pretty interesting right there. It's square, so that is not a new piece. Not sure what it is, but I might keep that. That looks like off to a canteen perhaps. Yeah, it's got that there. May not be, but it's possible. I'm not going to keep that. They'll come up and pick all this stuff up and take it to the recyclers. But I have found like musket barrels and bayonets and all kinds of weird stuff in these trash piles, because people just don't know what they have, what they're throwing away. Let's see what's over here. I don't know why they put junk food out here. It's dumb. What's that? That's a nice big piece of bronze right there. Probably not too old, but I think I'm going to keep that one too. What do you say? We'll put it over there. Let's see, got like a glass. I can't believe people did that. Anything else that's good? A lot of jar lids. Not sure what that is. Not sure. I definitely don't want to be poking in there with my fingers. There's copper. Yeah, bottle top. I just saw a button go by, but ooh, what's that? Not exactly sure, but that's old. That's an old piece. We'll keep that just for now. There's a lot of colonial stuff at that house. Oh my God. I was talking to a guy about 2 miles away, showing this to me. And I said, I told him I didn't think it was very old, but isn't that weird? It was like 2 miles away from here. We'll keep that too, just for the heck of it, just because of the story behind it. Probably just electrical wire. If you see any coins go by, let me know. Well, it'll probably be too late by the time you see the video. That's old-ish. I'm not sure what that is, though. Probably something to do with steering, or a car or something. Universal joint, I think is what it was. Although I'm not going to look at it again. All right. Ooh, what's that? I don't know. All right, that's it for today. Stay tuned for another exciting episode of Chig Digs the Dump. Uncle Chiggles. We'll see you on the next one.
She'll shake the coins from your pocket. Take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round